bit later, but first, a regeneration project which would have created 2,000 jobs and revived a rundown area of Wolverhampton city centre has today been scrapped.
Councillors decided that putting public money into the scheme was too risky. Joanne Riddle reports.
This is how Summer Row in Wolverhampton was supposed to look after a £300 million regeneration. But this is how it looks now. City councillors are pulling the plug on the redevelopment, blaming the economic downturn. Grim news, say business leaders.
From the point of view of the businesses there, the way I would put it, it's almost been like being on death row rather than on summer row. They haven't been able to invest in their businesses, or they've been discouraged because they think they're going to be closed down.
Traders feel the empty shops look dismal. The bright lights of this specialist DJ shop signal it's business as usual, but the uncertainty has taken its toll.
We've gone from 6 years ago a busy street, albeit a little tatty looking, but fully stocked with shops, to what we've got now, which is a virtually empty street with hardly any shops.
The uncertainty also affected businesses near the development area, like this hairdresser, run by the same family for 40 years.
It's definitely affected the trade because people don't always come down this side of town as much. Plus, you can't stop like that. I mean, it's hopeless, isn't it? Really. I mean, we're supposed to be a city now, and it just doesn't look like it at all.
The City Council had been in talks with the Irish developer Multi-UK to try to save the scheme after the main investors pulled out at the height of the credit crunch in 2008.
Our developers approached us to see if we could use some public money and invest that in the scheme, and we've been looking at options to see whether or not that could represent value for money for our taxpayers. Sadly, our conclusion is that it can't and won't.
A spokesman for the developer Multi in Belfast said it was disappointed at the council's decision after 6 years of working on Summer Row, but it was sympathetic in the current climate of economic uncertainty.
Councillors say they're keen to hear from any other potential developers. Joanne Riddle, BBC Midlands Today, Wolverhampton.
Well, joining us now from Westminster is the Conservative MP for Wolverhampton South West, Paul Uppal. Good evening to you, Mr Uppal. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Nick.
You've been an MP, for less than a year, and this happens in the centre of Wolverhampton. What are your thoughts tonight?
Well, I remember a few years ago, Nick, actually walking through Wolverhampton with my son, and him actually asking me, why are there so many empty shops in Wolverhampton? So one of the first things I did do when I was a new MP was actually pick up the phone and speak to Multi, to encourage them and see if there's anything I could do to actually help them push this along. But unfortunately, it hasn't come to fruition, and I think it's a very, very sad day for Wolverhampton and for the Midlands.
Yeah, because the government was banking on the private sector, wasn't it, to sort of pull us out of these difficult times. It's just not working.
Well, they are difficult times, but I think what we can look on, Nick, is this is a real opportunity as well. This is a new start, a new dawn. We have the localism bill, which has actually just been going through Parliament at the moment, which actually creates new opportunities for investment and regeneration in Wolverhampton, and I think this would actually be a great platform from which we could launch that on.
The thing is, all this on top of the economy shrinking in the last quarter, inflation going up, unemployment up, it's just not going to plan, it seems, for the coalition. You must have serious reservations about the pace of government cuts.
I think it's important in these difficult and choppy times that we actually do steer a straight course and actually do what is necessary. We have to reduce the deficit. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows about the economic situation. But I think it's important that we actually stick to our principles and do the right thing for the economy, and particularly in the West Midlands.
Meanwhile, 2,000 jobs which might have been coming to Wolverhampton are not coming.
Well, as I said, I'm passionate about actually bringing regeneration to Wolverhampton. And I think what we need to do is make sure we don't do the mistakes of the past, so that any new developments that do come there are actually freed up to make sure development is much quicker and much more attractive to business and to investment.
Paul Uppal, thank you very much.
Thank you.